Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue with the Libra season, the tarot reading for the Libra idols, and we're going to dedicate this to BTS Jimin. So yes, this tarot reading is going to be dedicated for him. So yes, let's do this. We start the reading with the Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Knight of Swords, and Ten of Swords. And then from the Oracle, the card that he got is Venus in Pisces, Submission. So, yeah, a very Libra, a very Libra suited type of reading. Definitely, I can sense that watching this spread as an overall. I think that there's something about Jimin being in his mind a lot, and it doesn't surprise me because he's the moon in Gemini. So I think that probably these next 3 months are all going to be about overcoming certain thoughts, certain ideas that he has, or certain perceptions that he has about himself. And I think that is very interesting because actually I don't see others. I like that usually Libra is all about the others, what's the relationship with others. But I think that there's something about Jimin probably like taking distance from others, or focusing on himself and what is going on with himself. We started reading with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, so I think that definitely Jimin comes from a period of success, of being able to show this very passionate project of his, this solo album, this solo activity. For him, it was a very fulfilling and passionate feeling that he got out of this, besides this being a success, like, because with the Ace of Pentacles, I believe that there's something about this work that was very successful when it comes to monetary aspects, like financially. I believe it was like number one, and I believe he got a lot of good feedback. And I think that he connected with action a lot more. And I think that being busy like this, it helps him to feel more productive and not so much to be on his mind. I think that if you leave Jimin, like without activities, he tends to overthink a lot. And this is what I'm getting from the next cards. That probably is the energy that he's currently on and what he's going to go through the next 3 months, or but until the end of this year, is this sense of feeling very helpless, feeling very like he has no way out, and I think that this is like, yeah, it's like a negative self-talk that he does to himself, because I don't see conflict with others, I don't see others. I think that this is his mind, this is his thought process. Honestly, I don't know what is going on with Jimmy mentally, but there's something about him, um, getting stuck in a feeling or in a thought, and not being able to get out. And I think that this is how he's feeling right now. It's like he's feeling helpless. It's like it doesn't matter what he does, where he goes. Um, he has too much worries, I would say. He has I think he worries too much. There's something about him not being able to um at the moment, not being able to put limitations to his feelings or to his thoughts, like probably him not being able to get out of this. Like, it seems like there's a lot of thoughts, like ruminating in his mind. There's a lot, a lot, a lot. And And I think that it doesn't go away. He's stuck in this. Um, and honestly, from what I see here is, I believe that his reality is not that bad. That is not. Um, it's more about him learning to fight these feelings, or these, I would say, intrusive feelings of like over analyzing every interaction he had, or every conversation he had, or every paper he read, or every message he got. There's something about him like going through, like in a detective mode, a bit like, I would say, a bit like um obsessively, yes, a bit like paranoid, a bit, like, okay, like I feel like I'm surrounded by all these opinions, comments, and they keep replaying in his mind. It's like he cannot like shut it, like he cannot like. And I think that the Knight of Swords is own his own body, and also the other side of his persona, trying to fight this, trying to. I think that there's something about Jimin like really learning to self-regulate himself. He needs to regulate himself. He needs to regulate his mind. He cannot live like this, because I get the sense of feeling very uncomfortable in my skin, seeing these cards, because honestly, this is not. He must have his reasons, like he must have his experiences and circumstances where maybe something happened, and for him it's a huge deal. But from what I'm getting overall, I think that there's nothing wrong in his life. Like, I don't think that he has, like, someone or some people actively trying to hurt him. But I think that if something happened in the past, it had affected the way he views communications. I don't know if there's something about him getting messages, or him talking to people, like, and I don't know if maybe there's some people that is like, okay, I'm going to expose what you said to me, or I'm going to tell others, like, my our conversation. You know how everyone nowadays screenshots everything. So there's something about him really fearing being vulnerable with people, or really saying what's on his mind, because I don't know if something happened in the past, that he was betrayed, or someone that he really trusted really broke that trust. Because actually I don't see him like suffering, but I think that there's this inner fear of this distrustfulness, this distrustfulness of what if I'm being recorded, or what if someone is spying on me, or what does this person want? I think that whenever he gets a message from a stranger, or from someone that says that is so and so, he doesn't believe it, and he gets a bit paranoid. He's like, is this person who they say they are? Like, is this really this person? Or, like, for example, if you, I want to bring this example, I don't know if it's going to be of use, but for example, if you were catfished in the past, if you interacted, you open your heart, you show your vulnerability to someone, and you thought that that person was a specific person, but everything happened through messages. It wasn't like in person. It wasn't like experienced in person. It was more like you talking long hours on the phone. There's something about technology in here. There's something about long conversations, texting, a lot of information, maybe pictures, and him being like, I don't trust these people. I don't know if who I'm talking to is really who they say they are. So he has like this feeling of like I don't know who I can trust. Um, so, but yeah, with definitely with the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords, I think that as the months pass, he's going to try to fight back this helplessness, this feeling of feeling helpless. He's slowly taking action towards this. Like I mentioned, I believed I pulled cards for Jimin during one of my live streams, and I did said something about him probably showing up a bit more to certain events, or being seen more with others, with people, being seen more present in the media. I don't know. But there's something about him, making a return, like somehow him taking charge of his life, because um, he does have at the moment this feeling of helplessness, like I cannot control this, and I think that he's also fixated on this feeling of like I have to have control, and at the same time he doesn't have it, because I believe that people would always be people, and people are always going to say something. I don't know if he's like there's something about criticism, and like he cannot like forget about it. There's something about him feeling very, very attached to things that happened or were said to him. Him being really offended. Um, but this becoming also very heavy. You know how usually people eventually, with time, they are able to move on from a situation that wasn't pleasant or that wasn't nice. Well, for Jimin, it takes a while. For Jimin, it's a slow process of him understanding, like taking his power back. For him, and once he does, it's over. Once he does, once he completes the cycle, he forgets about it. But while he is in it, he doesn't let it go, and it seems like it lasts forever. It seems like a never-ending saga. So definitely, I think that Jimin is someone that he does need people to talk to, but he also needs confidentiality. I definitely think that he should, like, manage himself and talk to people that he really trusts, and that there should be like maybe even a contract in the middle, because I don't know what happened to him for him to get like this. Maybe something happened. Someone broke his trust. Something happened, because he cannot be so stuck just because. I think that definitely something happened, but maybe this was a long time ago, because I don't see people. I don't see like, oh, he had this disagreement with so and so, or there's someone here. I think that it's all about past communications, or past words being said, past conversations, past exchange of opinions, past articles maybe written about him. I don't know. But I think that he's slowly going to try to fight and set himself free from this. And also I think that he really needs someone to talk to. He has a lot of things that he wants to get out of his chest, but I think that um it's a process of him learning to regulate himself. I think that he definitely needs to have like a therapeutic, like a therapist, or someone that is like a support for him when he gets like this. Because by himself, it seems like he he doesn't see the way out, even maybe for others, like on the outside that are part of his life. They are like, oh, yeah, well, it's not that big of a deal, you will make it, you are strong, you are loved, you are very intelligent, you are very capable. There's something about people cheering him on, and being like, yo, you're going to do great, get over it. But him inside, in his mind, he doesn't feel like this. He doesn't recognize himself like this. So definitely, I think that yeah, there should be like a process to help Jimin. I think that he cannot do it by himself. And also, there's something about people maybe not understanding how this affects him for real. I think that there's something about people around him not maybe not having the time or not having the tools to understand why for him it takes a long time to get over certain things, and definitely I think that it does affect his personal life because I don't see other people, maybe he's very isolated in his mind, that inside his mind he doesn't say it when he's with others, but in his mind he's always thinking. So definitely he needs, first of all, I believe that he needs more action into his life. I don't know about what he has been up to, but with the Ace of Wands at the beginning, we started very good. We started very prosperous with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. There's something about him connecting with creation that really sparked a passion, a fiery feeling inside of him, and actually make him feel very, very joyous and very powerful all of a sudden. He got in contact with this, but then afterwards, it seems like he fell down again. He fell into the rabbit hole, of his mind. So I definitely think that there's a lot of swords at the same time. So his mind is working so much. I think that definitely Jimmy needs a distraction. He needs to do more physical activities, connect more with his body, and have also little task. I need Jimin. I need someone to ground Jimin because I need to see more pentacles in his life. Like there's something about the earth element. He needs to ground himself. He needs to do more physical labor, or either have these routines where he has this small task, or these these activities that he has to do, and you have to give him that. You have to give him a structure in his life, in his everyday routine. Like, okay, this is your job. This is your responsibility. You have to do this and this and this. From this hour to this hour, you will be in charge of this. You have to deliver this. To get him out of this mindset, he has to get out of it. Because yes, they are taking over the whole reading. So I don't see much. Maybe he's worried about the military. Maybe he's waiting also for some papers, for some permission, and he's worried about it. There's something about him being also much on the defensive. So I think that there's something about him being on a pause because he's waiting for some resolution. And after he gets the resolution, maybe he can rest a bit more mentally, But at the moment, he feels a bit like, he feels like he has no way out in his mind. I feel like he's a bit fatalist, like somehow like thinking the worst of the situation, but no, it's not going to go like that. But there's some fears in here. He definitely fears something, and then from the oracle he got the card of Venus in Pisces, that is submission. So see this keyword submission, it makes a lot of sense because I think that there's something about Jimin wanting to be in control of certain things. This is why he obsessed over information. Um, I think that there's something about him learning to let go of control and not having this need to control situations. That when things will happen, or things will develop, or things will like um, get arranged, or things will start moving and advancing, when is the right time, and he has to be patient, and he has to learn to regulate how he thinks about certain situations, not get negative or pessimist, like, oh, okay, I'm not going to get it, like things are going to go bad for me, no, do not get into that mindset. Probably also the waiting period for him is annoying, is something that he doesn't like. He wants this period to be over. Maybe he doesn't, he wants a resolution. He also, like I mentioned at the beginning, he needs he needs something to do. He needs a routine. So I think that he's sort of waiting for something, and the waiting process is very overwhelming for his mind. But yeah, with the card of Venus in Pisces submission, there's something about him also being able to learn to submit to the events, to what is going to happen. It's like let go of control. Like submit to that whatever happens is going to be the best for you. He definitely needs to connect with this. Like, let go of expectations, let go of you wanting to know certain things right away, of get a clarification or get some extra information or wanting to find out more. No, just let things unfold naturally. You will get the confirmation when the time is right. But in the meanwhile, let it go. Don't obsess over it. There's something about him also learning to submit this need to be always like on alert. That things are going to be okay. But he needs to let go of expectations or wanting to know things uh, beforehand, before they. But yeah, the process is very long, and probably for him it feels like it's taking forever. This is why he gets so overwhelmed. Uh, but I think that the key is that he needs to slow down. He needs to calm down. It's not that serious. It's not that tragic. It's just that I believe, and there's something that me as a therapist, when I see this energy, I sort of, it does give me a deja vu of some clients of mine, that they have these same feelings and they express it like this, like having this uncontrolled anger sometimes, or anxiety about what's going to happen. So it's also very interesting to understand that maybe for us, or maybe for me that I'm reading this about him, is like maybe an outsider can be like, oh, okay, but don't worry about it, you will get over it soon. But maybe inside of himself and in his own experience, it's not that easy. So what the cards are saying is that this is what he's going through at the moment. He eventually, events will unfold. There's going to be a change, but he has to learn to submit to whatever happens is the best, and not to want to control the situation, and just like release control, release control. So yeah, it's a whole process for him. It's a whole process. So, and that's also very valid, because there's a lot of people that actually feel like this when they see that there's going to be a major change in their lives. They get like this. So we also have to understand that this is his present. It's not that he always is going to be in this state, but this is his circumstances. This is energetically what I'm getting. But this is not to say that Jimin is suffering. He's not suffering. He's just caught up mentally in something and he's feeling anxious about it. And he's feeling like he cannot just let it go. And that's okay. You know, that's part of sometimes our minds plays games with us. And sometimes maybe it's not that big of a deal, but for the person it is. So we have to respect that process as well. So yeah guys, this is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.